Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. This is a quick video on the assignment for this week about one point perspective. So please watch the other video I posted as well. It's not mine, but it's a video that I use in my classes. Even during regular times, I often show that during the class. And you can even work right along with the video, like pause it and kind of do things as the video presents it. I think it's an easy way to begin to explore perspective in this way. And so just have an open mind. I know this is kind of hard. It's just a skill that I need to present to you. It's a beginning drawing class, and we need to just approach this because you are already exploring perspective when you make your still life drawings, but this will give you a little bit more of a system in which to create drawings that fit into a space. So we're going to start just with the shapes. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper that is larger than your sketchbook. So if your sketchbook is about this size, I want you to get something bigger. So I have another sketchbook that's larger. So even if it's a sketchbook, it's fine, but just make it larger. If you have something really big, cool. If you have something about this size, that's great. So the first thing you're going to do, I want you to work across two different papers. So I have one paper here, and I have another paper underneath. So I want on each paper, you're going to put the horizon line a little bit lower on one paper and a little bit higher on the other. So on this paper, I already started and I put the line below the halfway point. So the halfway point would be about here. So this is a little bit lower. So you can go ahead and do that. And then on your second piece of paper, you can make the horizon line a little bit higher. So the midpoint would be about here, and I went up and made it about here, okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to use a ruler and a pencil and a eraser. So you can use your eraser, you can use a pencil. If you have a pencil sharpener, a sharper pencil is easier to use because having the point actually is helpful in this activity. So let's get started. So what I want you to do is I want you to put two vanishing points on your horizon line on each paper. So two here and two here, okay? And I put one over here and one over here. Now I did this in regular pencil, but it wasn't really visible on the camera, so I just went over it with like a black colored pencil so it would show up a little bit better for you folks. And so what I want you to do is I want you to practice making shapes above the horizon line as well as below. So when you're drawing the shapes above the horizon line, you're going to see the bottom and the side of the shape. When you make the shapes below the horizon line, you're going to see the side as well as the top. So I did a triangle here, so you can't see the top because it just has three sides. But if I were to do a square, okay, so there's the top. Oh, I guess we'll do a rectangle. Okay. Now I put that in. Now you guys can't really see that, so I'm just going to outline it with a black colored pencil. Okay, so now you can see my square. Now I'm going to draw it to this horizon line. Or you could draw it from this one. Actually, let's do this one. It's a little further. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to try your best. So here's the horizon line right here, okay? I mean the little point. And you're going to connect this side, this point, corner point, to the vanishing point, okay? Now, you might not get it on the first try. You might have to do this a few times. You can see here, I have like 3 or 4 lines here. It's not like an instant thing. You have to try because you're trying to get it exactly at the middle point so it's a straight edge. So I did a pretty good job this time, but it could be a little bit lower. So it's okay to do it a few times until you get it correct, okay? And so just for the sake of this video, so you can see it, I'm going to outline this again in a black kind of colored pencil. Okay? And then you're going to go to this side. So you're going to find this point, and you're going to connect it to the middle of the midpoint. Okay? And then you're going to do this corner. At no time do you do the far away edge. You're always doing the edge that is closest to the to your midpoint here, okay? I mean to your vanishing point, excuse me. So there you can see you kind of have to play around with moving the ruler. It's a little bit too high, so I'm going to do it again a little bit lower so that it's actually getting to the middle of the vanishing point. So I still missed it. You can see it's coming off the edge here. So that actually is what happens when you don't have a very, very sharp pencil. It's hard to get the line where you need it. So if you sharpen your pencil, you might want to just keep sharpening it. There you go. So now you see the top and then the side, okay? So then the objective is, the idea is that we're making these 3-dimensional, and so the horizon line and the vanishing point are the tools that you need in order to do that, but they're not necessarily things that would stay there in your picture. So if you're making a painting, you can look at the examples on my assignment. I put an example of how a painter begins drawing this way, but as they work on the painting, these lines start to disappear. But for this assignment, you're not going to erase the lines, but what I would like you to do is I want you to indicate where the 3-dimensionality of the shape ends, right? So I started to do it here. So what you're going to do then is you're going to make sure that this line on the side is parallel to this line. It's going to be shorter. So for example, here's the line. You want to think about how big do you want your shape to be? Do you want it to just be this big? Do you want it to be a bigger cube? And you're just moving your ruler up and over, okay? You're not changing the direction of the line though. Oops, having some technical difficulties. So I'm going to put one line there, and then I'm going to also do it to the top. So I'm going to stay parallel to this line, and I'm just going to move back, and it's going to connect to this little line that I just made. And then that's going to be the shape. So if you can't see it, I'm going to outline it again. Excuse my back. So there, that's your shape there. So if you cut all that out, that would be your rectangle. You can shade it a little bit if you want to indicate, like the light, because it's on the top, this would usually be the lightest spot, and this would be a little darker. So if you want to play around with shading, you can also do that, okay? So that's from the when you go below the horizon line and below the vanishing point. You're going to see the top and the side. And as you notice here, the shape is being drawn above the horizon line and the vanishing point. So you're going to see the bottom and the side there. So you can do the same thing. So you find your side line, you just kind of move it down. Okay? Okay? This is just practice. We just want to try to keep doing this. Just for this assignment, we're going to expand it next week. This is, please don't get overwhelmed. Please don't get frustrated. Although you may get frustrated, it's okay. Please just submit to me what it is you do. If you feel like you totally failed and it totally stinks, you didn't do it right, it's okay. Submit it anyway, because next Friday, the 22nd, we're going to meet again. We'll meet individually and we can go over, excuse the sirens, we can go over the troubles that you may have. So please just submit whatever it is you can do. So I would like you to do 4 on one page and I would like you to do 4 on another page. So a total of 8 drawings. So for the second page, you're going to work with the horizon line higher. So I'm just looking for my other pencil. So I put the horizon line higher and I kind of put the midpoint, the vanishing points in the same place, but you could change it. You could put one over here, you could put one over here, you could put one right in the middle. It's totally up to you. I put one here. Okay, so if you can see, I'm going to just outline this. A little piece of tape, hold that down. So I did a line there. I did a skinny little rectangle. You can also try with triangles. So here's my skinny little rectangle, and I did the line from the far corner. I'm doing it from the closer corner and from the top. Okay? So now you can see, I see the top and I also see the bottom. I see the bottom and I also see the side. Let me just get some tape here to help. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing here, and then you'll do, so I did a small rectangle here, and I see the bottom and the side, and you can do a large shape here. Okay, and then you can choose to go this way or this way. I'm going to do this one right here. So you can connect this point here. And this is where a sharp pencil really helps. Let's see if I can find one. Try a pen. So that's a little easier. Let me just darken it for you to see it. Okay? So now you see this top and that side. But you see how the size of the shapes change depending on where you put the vanishing point. You can also turn that upside down and then you see the triangles at the top. Either way, just try it out. Do 4 all together and play around with putting the vanishing points in different places. Okay? Again, just try your best, submit what you do, and we're going to talk about it when we meet. We can talk about it tomorrow or on this Friday, the 15th. We can also talk about it on the 22nd. So don't worry, I'm just looking for effort, okay? Have a good day.